every weekday I live draw here on HAPS TV um, at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I live draw something that's in the news or something that's in the culture or something we're talking about, or occasionally I'll do something that has nothing to do with news or culture, but most of the time it's news. And there's a lot of news right now. Hard to draw about a lot of it, hard to figure out how to draw about it. But that's my job. I've been working for the New Yorker for 40 plus years and other places, and sometimes my cartoons are political, sometimes they're not. Anyway, anybody here? Nobody's, oh, hi, Pablo. Hi, Ram from S Santa Ana. Good to see you guys. So, yeah, this morning I was all set. I'm going to take this out and turn you around so you can watch me draw. This morning I was all set to draw something having to do with the impeachment because the Senate, the House started the process of impeachment, which in this case, actually they haven't started that yet, but they started the steps that they want to take. And I'm a little confused this morning, but I figured it out after a while. You see, okay, yeah. Hi, Hal. Thank you for your support, Hal. And Pablo's my supporter too. If you want to support me, you can always give me an award on my broadcast, or you can become a sponsor, which is what Hal has done and Pablo. And that means you give me a little bit of change every month, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, I was talking about the impeachment. So the impeachment, this morning, it took like 2 minutes. The clerk read what they wanted to start with, which was to throw the ball in Mike Pence's court by saying we want to ask for the 25th Amendment to be set in motion. But that's what Pence has to do. That means that if he does that, he has to get a certain number of people in the cabinet to agree to that. I forget what the number is, but Pence so far has not unruled it. Pence has not ruled it out, but it doesn't seem he'll do it. But I think they're using it in part as a threat to Trump, like don't do this. But anyway, so I couldn't draw that. It was really too quick, and I not that interesting to draw. But something that I wanted to draw, and I'll start drawing and talk about other stuff while I'm doing this, is this man, Eugene Goodman, who was one of the first police officers to confront the domestic terrorists. And I'm gonna draw him because everybody's talking about him because he's a hero. If you haven't seen that video of him, he is a Capitol policeman. And his job is to guard the senators and the congressmen and women. And these domestic terrorists were starting to come into the building, and he greets them at the bottom. Greets is a very kind word, but he sees them at the bottom. He goes down to see them at a few steps, like a few flights down. And you watch in the video, you watch him. He can't stop them because he's just one man. He's got a gun, I think, but he's just one man. So he leads them up the steps. Meanwhile, he's calling somebody on his phone and on his little thing here, this intercom, whatever they call it. And he leads them up the steps, and he at one point he turns and looks to the left and realizes we now know that is the direction of the where the Senate chambers are, where they were still conducting business of certifying the votes, and he leads them away from those senators and Congress people and to the right. And had he not done that, they could have gotten into the Senate chambers, and who knows what they would have done. It's all very scary. I'm actually really worried. I don't know what's going on. And one thing I was thinking of drawing about was trying to understand who's responsible for the lack of security. I just learned moments ago that some policemen, I don't know what division they're a part of, Capitol Police or DC Police or whoever they are, I'll find out later. They have been, they've been disciplined. Maybe they've been asked to resign because they took selfies with the terrorists, and they also did something else with the terrorists. So I don't know. I frankly think Trump is controlled the military to not come. There was some DC police there, and then you've got the Capitol Police, but there were not enough by any means, and they were not called. And they were called. There's all kinds of back and forth. I just watched Jake Tapper talk to the head of the National Guard for DC, and it's not the National Guard's fault. Oh fuck! I'm sorry. Oh well, I'll have to paint that and fix it later. I'm distracted by the mistake I just made. That's life, but I can fix it with Photoshop. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a nice drawing to look at. Just have to fix it with Photoshop. Eugene Goodman. So I'll wait a few minutes and let that dry a little bit more and see what you guys are saying. So I don't know. It's somehow the Pentagon. I have to read more about it. I was going to draw about it. I drew about this a little bit in my Instagram at 5, my live drawing for that site. But I didn't feel confident enough to draw about it here because I'm not sure exactly what happened. But to me, it sounds like the Pentagon dropped the ball, and why they dropped the ball in sending more troops, more support to the DC police at the Capitol building, I don't know. And my sense is that Trump had something to do with it, but we don't know for sure. We don't know yet. We'll find out. But I'm really worried about the next week. Hello, Liza. Mo. You wrote to me. On what platform? So I don't remember getting it. Forgive me. So I don't. You can write me at my website, which is listed, I think, here. It's Liza at lizadonnelly.com. Hello from Southampton. Apologies, Mo. I didn't get it. Oops. Yeah, they'll be having lockdown leading up to the inauguration. Thank you, John. John gave me a Rare Gem Award. That's really great. That's great. Thank you, John. Hal, yeah, you believe the same thing? We'll never know. Well, we may know. We may find out who's responsible for not having the backup that they needed. It was a lot of delay and a lot of back and forth, a lot of people not answering the phone, a lot of people saying, "Oh, I don't like the optics of this," which is ridiculous. Hi, Peter. If you just joined us, you'll see that my drawing is smudged because I've used my hand to draw something over here, and I just blew it. Mark, thanks for the award. Peter, thanks for the award. The HAPS team is on board. We love the HAPS team. Peter and Mark and Pablo. Let's see. Your website. You wrote me on my website. Okay, well, it hasn't gotten to me, and I don't know why. So try at Mo is trying to get in touch with me. Liza at lizadonnelly.com. Yeah, we're all very uneasy. About my merchandise. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Try me there. I have a website, and the website has a store, so you can always go to that store and buy something. The smudge adds character. Thank you, Al, for saying that. What else was I going to talk about? Chad Wolf resigns from Homeland Security. What's that all about? 7 days before the inauguration. And the FBI says it has threats on Pelosi and other government officials. Credible threats. So let's see if I can draw a little bit here for you. And then all U.S. state capitals are on alert for terrorist activity. Frightening time. Like I said, I'll go back in and fix this. If I post this online, I will go back and fix it. Oh, see, it's still wet. I really, really blew it. Where's my... Okay, I think this drawing is kaput. I'll have to draw it later. These are the things you get to see in live drawing. Anyway, I think Trump is involved. I'll show you what I did on Instagram earlier. I did some sketches. I drew the Pentagon, a very streamlined version of the Pentagon. And then I drew this. Can you see it? Trump holding the Pentagon. Thing is, we're just not sure, and I don't want to do a finished cartoon about this if I'm not sure. This is my suspicion, is that Trump had something to do with it. And then I drew this. Trump with the Pentagon under his arm. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. A messed up drawing of a hero. I'll fix this later. You know what? I can probably put some black in here. You can watch me do the black part, at least for a little bit. Was he wearing a black or the very dark blue? Very dark. Let me just look and see the picture. It looks black, but it's probably very dark blue. Even darker than that, Liza. I just can't imagine what he was feeling, this man, when he went down those steps and saw those crowd of terrorists, white men, pretty much all men. See, it's still bleeding a lot. It's kind of interesting, but it doesn't really work. I'm just going to draw this again. It's such a mess. It does add a little character, though, doesn't it, Hal? He was wearing black gloves, if I recall. But I remember when I saw this, I thought, oh, how frightening for him. The way Pelosi was on 60 Minutes on Sunday, the way she talked about the Capitol Police, very much indebted to them and how they take care of all the senators and congressmen and women. It's bleeding. It's a mess. It's sort of an art piece, isn't it? Okay, Mo, thank you. I'll go look as soon as I stop broadcasting. Incredible houses, incredible instinct to protect his charges. Yep. Incredible. You guys, if you haven't seen this video of Eugene Goodman, go Google it. It's a very worrisome time for us here in the U.S. I don't know what kind of violence can happen. I was going to go to the, I'll turn this around so you can see my wonderful face. So yeah, it's pretty dark. I was going to go down to Washington and live draw the inauguration, but I'm not going to do that now. It's too dangerous, and also the mayor of DC has asked people not to come. So I think I'm not going to go. But I will be live drawing it here from my studio, and I will, I'm sure I will do a lot on HAPS. I'll do some live drawing for HAPS. I'm also doing some live drawing for Medium, my Medium column. Medium, if you go to medium.com and put my name in, you can see that all my political cartoons are there usually. Anyway, that's all. Yeah, he should get a Medal of Freedom. I bet I bet Biden will do that as soon as he's in office. Let's just hope that Trump doesn't pardon all the terrorists. He wouldn't do that, would he? Pardon himself first. So it says at least 2 Capitol Police officers have been are being investigated for in cahoots with some of these. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you was that I lost his name right now. One of the congressmen, I'll think of it in a second, whose office is not unmarked. He said that they found his office anyway. He's a black congressman, and you guys know who I'm talking about. They found his office anyway. Now, how did they find his office? It's unmarked. Somebody must have told them where his office was. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Please stay safe and wear your masks. Don't go to the Capitol building wherever you live. Whatever Capitol building is in your state, don't go there, and don't go to DC. And please stay safe. And let's all hope for the best with the next week, and for maybe the next month. I'm sorry to say it's not going to go down easily. So Clyburn, yes, sorry. Thank you, John. Congressman Clyburn, wonderful, wonderful congressman. He said on the Sunday morning Jake Tapper's show, I think he said they knew where my office was. I have an unmarked office. He has a marked office with his name on the front, and they didn't do anything there. They didn't go there. But then the terrorists went to his unmarked office. I don't know what they did in his office, but they found it and they were there. So that's suspicious. All right. Well, thank you. Read my name, old bloke. I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock every weekday here on HAPS, and love to have you here. Thank you. Bye.